Hello and welcome to another update video about LINK Chainlink. Continues its way down. We currently see a bit of a bounce, a slight bounce, completely expected, in a wave 4, in my opinion here. There's a few different ways of looking at this, but my view is that we are still heading further down here, and this bounce is actually in line with what we talked about in the previous video, that we are looking here at a possible head and shoulders pattern that would just confirm the bearish count. And if we drop below the 550 level, which I would argue is the neckline, then this head and shoulders target could take us down into the 320, 350 price range. It's a very, very well defined head and shoulders. Need to be careful that if it's too obvious, it is often wrong. But then again, we have an alternative bullish count here as well. That, however, has very, very low confidence and is certainly, I would only give it a 30% probability. The bullish count, as explained previously, a wave 1 to the upside here, all the way up to, that was the 1st of December high. Then we came down in an A, B, C pattern, or WXY. And from here we could now rally in a wave 3 into the region around 960. But I won't believe that until we get at least, but that would be at least above $7.07, that high. But even more important would be a break above $7.80. The problem is that the entire chart context, in my opinion, is just screaming for another low. LINK has been holding really, really well in this entire period here, but I think it's waiting for another low. Okay. The wave count for me is just more likely looking at the structure, understanding this whole structure here since May all the way up to early November as a triangle, as a wave 4, and that we're now coming down in a wave 5. And targets are sort of in that 3 to 350 region, in my opinion. Again, we don't need to necessarily get that low. What we really need to do to fulfill here the primary expectation is to go below the low of the wave 3. So anywhere below the May low, which was below $5.30. And I think we're on a good way. Again here, that bounce to the upside is expected either in a wave 4. So that is the possibility. We say we had here a 3, this is a 4 in an A, B, C. But it should not go above $6.40. Then something more bullish is going on, or something alternatively bearish. And I'd rather opt for the alternative bearish pattern. Which one could this be? Well, the bearish count, or the other count, let's say if we get above $6.40, because this would be too strong for a wave 4. Let's say we do that. That could all work out then in a count that is very, very similar to, let me think, that is very similar to, let me think. All right, to the Matic chart. I mean, we could count this as a wave 1, alternatively, and then we have here in the wave 1 an A, B, C. That's possible. That is basically what we do for Matic as well, I think, in a very similar way. Then we would say we move up here in a wave 2, A, B, C, because you can interpret that as a 3-wave move as well. And we're coming down in a 3 as an A, B, C. So the B wave here could push higher. So that would actually create a very, very beautiful head and shoulders pattern. So just be aware, just because we're moving above 640, don't worry. There are other bearish options that could jump in instead. And that is good to know, because it increases the likelihood of generally a bearish pattern, a further downside, if other bearish alternatives are readily available. If you only have one bearish option and it's a bit of a forced count, for example, it doesn't really work, and you have to make things work with tricks, then it's usually low probability that the bearish count works out. But here we really have plenty of options, and the chart doesn't show any impulsive behavior to the upside. Of course, after such a long move down, you do expect some kind of a bounce, and that is exactly what we talked about. After hitting here this important support area, which is located between 550 and 580, here between these previous swing lows. So no change in count. I still think we are still in this wave 3. and there will be one more leg down in 5 before we see a wave 4 retracement, come down in 5 of larger degree 3 than a 4 and a 5, or alternatively it's this ABC pattern I've shown you. I always get questions, you know, well, how can you count a wave 1 or a wave 3 as an ABC? Very simple, check ending diagonal patterns. This is a C wave in the end, yeah, and all of this, and end the wave 5. So in this wave 5, an ending diagonal is possible. You can count a diagonal pattern as ABC, but only if, I mean, you can count the subwaves as ABC, but only if each of the subwaves can be counted like that. This is possible. So important is if we see a stronger than expected retracement, which I think is absolutely on the table, yeah, possibly even into the region of that previous wave A high of 740, then it is most likely a wave B. Okay, and that's my update about Link. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership and also check out our Instagram and Twitter. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.